Tonight's raffle prize is donated by Sue Ellson. Where are you? I just saw you a moment ago. Yep. I'm going to actually call you up next, and you can even talk about this. All right, everyone, please welcome Sue.
Thank you, Les, and thank you, Kev. I wanted to donate the book because I was recognised as 6th in the world as an expert on LinkedIn in an AI chat survey this week. So I thought that was something pretty exciting. Okay, so what I'd like to talk tonight about is what inspires me. And when I started my book writing journey 8 years ago, my dedication in the front of the book read, "For my children, Carmen and Peter, whom I love more than words can say." By the time I got to my 4th book, I added "and current and future gigsters." And by the time I got to my 5th book, I wrote "for my children and the people who believed in me." When we start writing, we often think it's about the legacy of our children, and the best day of my life was at my 4th book launch, when my daughter interviewed me on stage and my son was the MC, and everybody went, "Oh," when I announced that they were my children. 8 years later, on my writing journey, it's about the people who I know or see what I've read, and also the unseen. And recently I went to a networking event and I met this woman who had a really incredible story to tell. And we related on many levels with this story. And I decided to write a poem about her, or for her, I should say. And she's watching online, so because she couldn't be here because she's unwell. But this is a reflection that many of you will understand after being in difficult workplaces. It's called Injustice. "Without fault, my presence I brought. Without intent, a battle I fought. False allegations were laid against me. For being myself, I was judged critically. Favourites breezed through, authenticity was denied. Hidden daggers were thrown. I was set up to fail and decried. Facts were obscured, my representation a joke. No chance for fairness beneath an invisible cloak. Some are protected without merit, while some are targeted and just have to wear it. Why the injustice? Why the shame? Why feel guilty when I am not to blame? Why the pain of power and ego? Why the torment and the challenges I went through? How to heal my raging anger? How to stop feeling a failure? How to reflect and process my narrative? How to protect the wider collective? Slowly, gently, with humble grace, a listening ear, my only solace. But in the end, on my path to maturity, a simple edict to channel my fury, to prove I can, I will, I choose. I will not be crushed, I will not lose. The human spirit cannot be vanquished, built for survival, it will never be defeated. Somehow wiser, somehow smarter, somehow wishing to help another. Whether I can or whether I can't, to truly be human, I'll be triumphant. I will pass this test and many more, my dignity intact by not keeping score. They may win the battle, but they will not win the war, for I am victorious and will continue to soar. And the story with this particular person is she did leave the organisation and she has set up her own business, and it's been an amazing success. So congratulations to her, and thank you for inspiring me to write that. The last thing I'd like to say is I'm planning to launch a poems and poetry podcast, and if anybody would like to be considered to be interviewed about their poems or poetry, I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. So with your poetry podcast, how do people contact you outside of here?
Look it up.
Look it up.
Look for my name, just call me. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm all over the internet.
What I might actually do, if you want to email me, and we'll put some copy in the newsletter for November, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, cool. Eugenia.